All right, welcome to the team. Your cybersecurity internship starts right now. And guess what? We're throwing you straight into the action. Forget about making coffee. Your first mission is to tackle a live zero-day threat. This is your briefing. Let's get to it. Okay, first things first. There is one rule you absolutely have to live by in this job. Burn this into your brain. The fastest patch beats the best firewall. See, in our world, speed is everything. It's not about building some perfect, impenetrable fortress. It's about sealing the cracks the second they show up. This idea is the heart of your mission today.
So, let's talk about your main objective. It all comes down to something that sounds kind of simple, but it is the absolute bedrock of our defense: patching. Look, it's not flashy, it's not glamorous, but you have to understand, it is one of the most important jobs in all of cybersecurity. It really is the unsung hero.
So what is patch management really? I mean, at home, you might just hit Remind Me Tomorrow when an update pops up. Here, that is not an option. This is a disciplined, step-by-step process. We find the flaw, we figure out how dangerous it is, we test the fix so we don't accidentally break $1 million system, and then we deploy it with surgical precision. This whole process is what stands between a company and becoming the next big headline. You know, every single patch follows a really strict life cycle. It all starts with discovery. That's just finding the weakness. Then comes probably the most critical step: prioritization. You just can't fix everything at once, so you have to ask, what's the biggest fire? From there, it's on to testing, then deployment, and finally reporting, where you prove the threat is gone. This is your blueprint for pretty much every mission.
Now, no defender goes into a fight without the right gear, and you're no different. So let's open up your cyber defense toolkit and take a look at the platforms, the policies, and all the tools you're going to be using out there on the front lines.
Patching is definitely not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Different environments need totally different tools. For a huge corporate Windows network, you'll probably use something like Microsoft's SCCM to handle thousands of machines at once. But for Linux servers, you're more likely to use an automation tool like Ansible to push out critical kernel updates. And that's not even getting into the cloud or all the third-party apps like Chrome and Adobe. Knowing the right tool for the job is half the battle, for sure. But you know, tools are pretty useless without rules, and that's where policy comes in. Think of these as your official rules of engagement. They tell you exactly how and when to patch. We've got a policy for the routine monthly stuff, another one for rolling things out gradually so nothing breaks, and most important for you today, an emergency policy built specifically for zero-day threats. This is your playbook. Okay. Your toolkit is ready. The policies are clear. Now it's time to meet your adversary. This is the unseen enemy, the thing that triggers our whole emergency protocol, the zero-day. A zero-day is, to put it simply, a security team's worst nightmare. It's a flaw that attackers are already using out in the wild, but the company that made the software has no idea it even exists. They have had literally 0 days to get a fix ready. We are starting from behind, and the clock is ticking loud. And this isn't just theory. 0 days cause absolute chaos in the real world. You might even recognize some of these names. Log4Shell affected millions of servers all over the globe. The MoveIt exploit led to massive data breaches. These incidents show you just how devastating a zero-day can be, and why your job here is so critical.
All right, intern, training's over. Time for the simulation. A zero-day has just been spotted in the wild. This is your mission now, so listen up.
Okay, here's the situation. A new critical zero-day, we're tracking it as CVE 2025-0001, is being actively exploited. Your SOC manager has just assigned you to lead the response. This is it. This is your moment. You've got 4 objectives. 1, analyze the risk. How bad is this really? 2, build a response plan. What are our exact steps in order? 3, automate the workflow. How do we make this happen at machine speed? And 4, report your results. Prove to leadership that the threat is contained. Let's get to work. It's time to execute. See, in this job, you don't just patch things and call it a day. You document, you plan, and you report everything with precision. So let's walk through the exact deliverables your manager is going to expect from you. Your first deliverable is this, an inventory matrix. You can't protect what you don't know you have, right? This table gives you a bird's eye view of everything. You can immediately see which systems are vulnerable, like that Linux server sitting at 80% compliance, and which ones are already safe, like that cloud server. Think of this as your battle map. Next up, your response framework. This is your step-by-step game plan. It defines every single stage, from the SOC analyst first spotting the threat to the IT ops team deploying the patch. During that evaluation stage, the vulnerability management team will use a scoring system like CVSS to figure out exactly how severe the risk is. This level of detail makes sure everyone works together perfectly when the pressure is on. This is how pros handle a crisis.
And now, this secret weapon. Automation. Modern cyber defense moves way too fast for humans to keep up manually. This workflow here shows how a threat alert can automatically kick off a response. The system sees the CVE, it triggers a pre-built playbook, tests the patch, deploys it, and then monitors the results. This whole chain reaction can happen in minutes, not days.
And finally, your report to leadership. After all the hard work is done, you present them with this, a simple, clear dashboard. This one chart tells the entire story. 96% of our systems are now compliant and protected. The threat is neutralized. Mission accomplished. So as we wrap up your first mission, I'll leave you with the one question you're going to face every single day in this career. We call it the patch paradox. If you deploy a patch too fast without enough testing, you could break a critical system and cause an outage. But if you wait too long, you risk a massive breach. Finding that perfect balance between speed and stability, that's the real art of cyber defense. So how will you choose?